Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you find this video helpful, please like, and hopefully you guys want to subscribe as well. So today I wanted to do a chatty sort of video about how I got into Hobonichi, how I've been using it since 2016, and also I guess kind of what I've discovered and what I've been using and what's working for me and my plans for the coming 2023 as well. So I guess to start with, historically, I've used planners like my whole life since I was in grade school. Since I was, I guess, 6 or 7 or whatever. So I always use these kinds of things. I would just pick out a different one every year. Like this was 2012, this is 2008. I just have like a random sampling of them, but I had them all through school, all through college, like all that stuff. This is 2023, and I would just kind of like use them, like just write down stuff, and then sometimes I'd like pick fun ones with you know, like nice pictures or whatever, and then other years I'd be kind of like more practical. This one I didn't like as much, I think, so because I had the vertical layout, which I was not a huge fan of. I've always just kind of done this kind of layout. So that's what I was using. And then in 2014, I discovered these little ones at Barnes & Noble. And then I used them for a few years. They had different ones. And then, so I really like them because they're very light and compact. So I planned, they were like $6 at Barnes & Noble, and I plan to just keep getting those every year, but then they stopped making different designs. So like 2 years in a row, I had the same design, which was kind of annoying. I didn't like that. And then 1 year, I just couldn't even find them at all. So they just stopped making them, I guess. I don't even know what brand this is, but they were being sold at Barnes & Noble, so I'm assuming it's just their brand. Oh, and they had these little tabs you could like tear off, so that was nice. So I really like these. So this was my last one in 2016, and 2016 was also the year I was like getting into Midori, like traveler's notebooks. I had one of those, and I was watching videos about that, and I saw a video somebody posted about Hobonichi, and I was like, what's this? So in August of 2016, I got an Avec on Amazon just to try it out. And I have a video like where I do a full flip through of this. And what happened in 2016 when I was using this is I discovered I suck at daily stuff. So as you can see, what happened, I did not finish it in 2016, and I ended up having to go back in future years. I think there might have been some 2017 and a lot of like 2020 where I just went back and like kind of filled it in. And I did finish it in 2020. So, you know, the whole thing is finished. None of it went to waste. But what happened is when I first got it, I thought it was really cute and it was really fun, and I was keeping up with it pretty well. And because I got it in August and Hobonichi release came out in September, I didn't realize how bad I am at weekly or daily journaling. So when I purchased Hobonichi that year, for 2017, I made a big purchase with like a lot of different, I made like, I got the 2017 original planner, or the planner, the English version. And you guys can see my haul on here as well. I had posted the haul. And so for 2017, and then so I got that planner, and then I think what I did was I found their weeks later, and then I was like, wait, my favorite is the weekly sort of horizontal layout. So maybe I should have done that. And then I was like, I'll just make my own because I like my traveler's notebook. I was really into it at that time. So I was like, I'll just make my own. So I made one for 2017. As you can see, I managed to fit the whole year in. And it worked. I used it the whole year, but I wasn't in love with it because I didn't like how it looked to have like my own. Like, it was just not as nice as having it all pre-printed. So I wasn't a huge fan. So I was like, next year I'm buying the weeks. So that's what I did. 2018, 2019, and 2020, I used the weeks. I just got the plain colors and I got the covers for them too. And so what happened, let me check what I ended up. So I ended up not really using the monthly layouts. And then I just do messy planning. And then I try to do something with these pages, like all these pages in the back, but I got to at most page 11. And then the rest is like blank and I didn't use it. So, but I didn't feel like it was a waste because I still used the whole year, and it was a good planner for me. Like, I really liked it. I liked the paper, I liked the layout. Same thing this year where I ended up not using all these back notes pages. And and then I those years too, I think I made like a big purchase. And I kept trying to use the daily planners too. I kept buying them. Then I tried a different one. I tried like an Avec, like a Japanese Avec version, and it was the same issue. So what's happened to like a lot of that stuff that you guys see in the hauls is I sold them. I don't have that stuff anymore. Like, it's not laying around not being used. I sold the planners and I sold the covers. I don't have any of them. So, and then this year, 2020, I wasn't like enamored with any of the options. So I just bought the green planner itself on jet pens and nothing else. And I had this cover left over from like previous years. And then what happened in 2020 is at first the like bright green with the red and the little people was cute. But then after like a year of using it, I was getting really like tired of it. And it was the same thing. Like, I did it like, I did the messy planning. I didn't really use the back pages again. It was like the same thing. And as you can see, like when I had this pale pink with white on top, and I had this like muted gray with white on top. Like, these two I loved, and they were like really nice and calming and like just nice to use all year. But this one got like tiresome, I think. And so that led me to be like, well, maybe I can still try to make a daily thing work, and let me come up with something. And I was like, the issue is that I use the planner well, but then when I have to do the journaling and go to another journal, I like, you know, forget about it and all that stuff. So maybe what I need is planner and journal in one. So that led me to trying the Cousin for 2021. I don't think I filmed this haul, but I did purchase on Hobonichi, and I got the Cousin Avec. And I got a really nice cover for it. I love the cover. I still have that cover. I do have that one. I've kept it. It's the only A5 cover I have, so I can use it for plain notebooks as well. So I'm keeping that cover because I really love it. So what happened was that my plan actually worked out because I ended up planning in the monthly sections. So I can kind of show you guys. I used the kind of like this. I use that for like what I used to use the weeks for. And then in the, so then I always had these with me because I was using them as my everyday planner. So then I had the daily pages always at my fingertips. So I made an effort to do at least something. I was like, I can do at least something every day, like put a quote in, I don't know, something. So what happened was that you can see January to June, I did use it almost daily. I did something in it. And then July to December, I made a good run of it, but not as good. I wasn't as diligent. Like there are, this is, so my like daily pages are like my private journal. But you guys can see there are like lots of sections where I would skip a lot of days. And then I would like kind of like make an effort and kind of get back into it, you know. And so like if we had, you know, a trip or something, I would like put it in here. I used it as an art journal. I put quotes in there. I can try to show you like some of it. Stickers, tip-ins. So like for example, like stuff like that, just a lot of drawings. Let me see if I can kind of cover it up. Sorry, I couldn't go through the whole thing, and like it would be like a lot of covering up if I had to do that. So just like a lot of like just random drawings, stickers, planning, memory keeping, like all sorts of stuff that I did in there. Just like more like grocery lists, more just pictures, just like lots of drawings. Like obviously none of this I ever posted anywhere. I just kind of did it for myself. Just a lot of drawing. So it was actually kind of nice. Like it got me back into drawing more. Like just stickers, drawings, just like super random stuff. Like more stickers, more drawings, just like, you know, whatever, like all that stuff. So a lot of it is just kind of like basically like that. Watercolors, like just gluing things in. Basically like every, like almost every page I had like something going on. Just like watercolors, like paintings, like kind of experimenting with some stuff. Like just kind of, you know, having fun with it, which I did really enjoy. It was fun, but the issue was that I didn't really, okay. So basically, I think you get the idea. So I did use them because the planner was in here, so it was there, so I used it. But then for 2022, I was like, it's really kind of big and heavy and bulky, and it's a lot of pressure to try to fill such a big space. So what I need is like the weeks, but with some kind of pages in the back that are like kind of like daily pages, but not dated. So I had this cover from a previous year. I never used the planner I bought to go with it because again, I sucked at the daily stuff, so I just sold it. But I love this cover so much that this is the one cover out of all the ones I bought for B6 or A6, for A6 that I did keep because I really like this one. And then what happened is I had this notebook. It's like 460 pages. It's cafe notes, or 480 pages cafe notes paper. You can buy it on Amazon. It's Tomo River paper. It's basically the exact same grid size and everything as Hobonichi. But it's 480 pages. So I had it for a while and I was trying to figure out what to do with it. I tried multiple things and I kept just tearing out the pages because I couldn't stick with it. It was like too much of a commitment. And then that year I also wasn't like in love with like any of the offerings on Hobonichi, so I was like, you know what, I'll just use this notebook and make my own planner. Apparently I did not learn my lesson from doing it this year, because I thought it would be a good idea to just make my own planner again. So here it is. I can't show much of it either because again, it's my personal private journal in the back. Oh, and this is where I keep all my little Kita tapes. They're so convenient. I love them. That's where they go. And I think I used that from like one of the journals I had from Hobonichi. And I'll show you guys what I did. I kind of made a week's layout in the front because this journal is big enough that you can do a week's layout. Okay, so this is, I can't like really show you like the entire other stuff. It's just basically messy planning again, as always. And so it was a week's layout. And this, and then here's where I keep track of for my fiction writing, like either how many pages I've written, like what page I'm on, or if I'm in editing, then what page I stop on, which is actually really convenient because I use Google, and a lot of times it just kind of reopens on page 1, and then I have no idea where I stopped, so I kind of have to keep track of it. And then it also motivates me to do something with the writing every single day. So I did that, and it worked well, and then all the rest of it was left for my journal. So, and that worked okay. I can show you guys where I'm at. So this is what I still have left, and this is like the weekly section was the first bookmark where we left off. So all of this is journaling. There are some pictures in there. I can try to see some tip-ins, just some stickers, like for example, this is when I got the Kita and I made the video about it, and then I kind of swatched them out. And so some memory keeping, some photos, like when we went to an art thing in Philadelphia. Let me see. It's like a few little paintings, like not too many. This paper is great for watercolors, so that's what I love about it. So again, another one of when we went on vacation. So just like some drawings, some of those girl drawings that I showed you, like a little bit like that. So some stuff like that. A bunch of stickers, just whatever, like random stuff. So I don't know. Again, I guess, what do I want to say? I guess it worked okay because the planner worked out, but again, I'm not crazy about how the layout looks when I draw it in myself. And then the daily pages, it still felt a little bit like pressure, and I actually don't love having a small space to write. I kind of like having bigger spaces where I can use bigger handwriting. I'm not crazy about tiny handwriting. It's not really that natural to me, and I don't like trying to read tiny handwriting. It all looks like it kind of like blends together and it's hard to read, and I don't like that. So I wasn't in love with that either. So then, oh, and I forgot to mention, for 2021, I also bought the Sweeks. That was the year I used the Cousin. But I love the Sweeks, and I couldn't imagine a year without having a Weeks. So I bought this Weeks, and I was going to use it for memory planning, which I did really well with initially. I was drawing the little elf on the shelves and just kind of doing some memory keeping, doing some paintings. Let me see, some other stuff like that. And then I started getting lazy and it became stickers. So you guys probably know where this is going, right? I got lazy. That's not a good sign. And then, oops, then a bunch of it. So then I tried coming back to it, but I kind of sucked at it. And then I was like, no, I am not wasting this gorgeous, gorgeous weeks. It is not happening. So in August of this year, 2022, I went back in and I've been doing it weekly. And I just kind of the same as I did with this little guy. It's going to be 2021, half 2021, half 2022. And it will get finished and then it will get filed away and I will be done with that. So, so that actually just having like that for some reason also felt like pressure. I'm not sure. I have some kind of commitment issue, I guess. So this brings me to my plans for 2022. I have decided to go back to the weeks, and a lot of it is due to the fact that I fell in love with this weeks, and that kind of like was the deciding factor where that's just, you know, I was like, all right, that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna use the weeks for weekly, like regular messy planning. I'm just doing the messy planning again. That's just my thing. This one has a lot less note pages in the back, which is good. There's only maybe one per week. So I might actually just even use it to journal. Like if I go away on vacation or something, I might just bring this one with me so I don't have to bring my big main journal. It can be my like, travel journal or something. And I guess some of you guys might be thinking, oh, well, why don't you just get a mega weeks and then you can have the weekly layouts for planning and all those pages in the back for journaling, which, you know, is a valid point. However, I don't like the small spaces, like I said, for journaling itself. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it. And I also don't want to feel pressure to do art in here, because the other thing is I have a ton of sketchbooks, watercolor books, all sorts of stuff that I already do art in. So I don't need more space to do art in. I just need a planner. I don't need more art journals. I already have those with like paper specifically designed for various materials. And then for journaling, I think I had this journal, as you guys can see. I was about halfway through when I discovered Hobonichis and started using Hobonichis, but I will just go ahead and use that this coming year and finish it up. And this has the lined paper with like bigger spaces for me to write with like normal handwriting and not feel so cramped. So, and then I can either make the entries as long or as short as I want. It doesn't have to be like one page. So if I don't have much to say, I can just do a couple sentences. If I have a lot to say, sometimes I can do, you know, 5 or more pages. Like, I have no problem writing. Like, it's just, you know, I don't want to feel constrained. So this is going to be for journaling. This is going to be for planning. I have my art journals, and then I did buy the Hobonichi 5-year. And some of you guys might be saying, hey, you suck at daily stuff. Why did you get a 5-year? And that is also a very valid point. Oh, also, by the way, there were little hairs sticking out, or little threads sticking out that I wasn't in love with. So I gave my journal a little haircut, and now it's like perfect. I can kind of show you, like, this is what the front kind of looked like with these little things sticking out, but now it doesn't. However, it's a small space. 1 to 2 sentences will do it. And then I can either like do a little painting, or I can do a big 1-page painting, or I can do like tiny little vignettes, like 1 for each for 5 years. So hopefully that will be a lot less pressure and a lot more manageable. And the other thing is, I love this journal. I love this cover. I think that will motivate me to keep coming back to it. And the thing is, as painful as this kind of was, I did love having like little kind of paintings. Oh, that's the cover that I got. That's the cover for my cousin. So, and then, oh, that's what I got that year. Oh, I did make a video of it actually. So here's the weeks, here's the cousin cover, and then that was the one I got for my son. So, I did like doing like little paintings of things we did. So like, for example, we played Exploding Kittens, or, you know, we bought a pumpkin, or like a dresser or whatever, like, you know, like just stuff that, like it was just nice having these little paintings. And I think this one will be perfect for doing memory keeping with paintings, just because I don't want to tip too much in or glue too much in and have it get like even thicker. I want to kind of keep it nice and slim for the most part. I also have like a smash book, which is, if you guys don't know, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, they were really popular, and basically you just glue things in, and that will be more for like keeping memorabilia and photo keeping, like memory keeping that way. So I don't need to do that in here. So like if we have pamphlets from somewhere we go, or some, you know, packaging left over or whatever, that's where that goes. So I have already a space for that, for memory keeping that way, for family stuff. This is memory keeping for family stuff. And then for our journaling and like regular journaling, like this is my private journal, and then I'll probably have like other journals that are like art journals where I can kind of journal and do art, but they will be on like art paper, not Hobonichi paper. So this is also, you know, every year I've done something different, and every year has been kind of like an experiment. So this coming year is an experiment to see if I'm gonna end up like continuing to journal just as much when I don't have that pressure, because I don't want to like not journal at all. I want to have encouragement to journal, but not pressure to journal. So I keep trying to find that happy medium. The only constant that never changes every single year is I always have a planner that I use consistently. That is the only place I keep all my appointments and stuff I have to remember, things I have to get done, things that have deadlines, things that are important. So that can't go away. So that will be this. And then, you know, we will see what ends up coming together over the coming year, and then that will determine what I do with my planning for next year. So I hope that kind of makes sense. It was a little haphazard, but hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, you know, got something interesting out of it. Let me see if I can find like a good, like messy planning layout. Like, so in terms of messy planning, like this is really, like some weeks it's pretty bare. It's like just, you know, maybe a couple tasks and then just a few things on these like pages that are not like, it's just messy, just things I have to remember. Like it's not pretty at all. I don't even like decorate it with stickers or anything else. But then sometimes I do. I don't want to say I never decorate it at all. Like sometimes I'll, although I wouldn't call that decoration. So just, you know, random like stickers that I, you know, whatever. So anyways, it's just super messy and just whatever. I don't really, you know, take much care with it. So, all right, well, anyways, I'm gonna end it right here. If you guys have any questions, whatever, leave me a comment below. If you need me to elaborate on anything, let me know. And again, I hope you guys do subscribe. I obviously planning on doing more videos, probably a lot more art related videos. So thanks for watching. Bye.